It's time for the Income for Life Daily Dime. Reactions and analysis on important financial news that impacts you in 10 minutes or less. Brought to you by the podcasting pros at Third Wheel Media. If you're a financial professional, estate planning attorney, real estate agent, or any small business owner, Third Wheel Media has a podcasting production package that fits your needs. Visit thirdwheelmedia.com to find out more. Now, here's today's Daily Dime.
Welcome to the Income for Life Daily Dime, where we have a very quick hit discussion revolving around the financial and retirement planning world in 10 minutes or less. And as I'm sitting here right now with my partner, Nick Schilling, as we always try to find a topic or a conversation to talk about that's going on currently in the retirement planning world. And today is July 1st. And I know everybody is pretty excited about the 4th of July coming up, but in the retirement planning world and the financial planning world, today, on July 1st, is a very big day because today is Bobby Bonilla Day. So, Nick, let's jump into a little bit about why July 1st is such a neat day to discuss in the retirement and financial planning due to Major League Baseball player Bobby Bonilla.
I like this topic, Matt, and I like it because it's converging of sports, which we love, and financial planning. And I think there's a great story here in Bobby Bonilla Day that really comes out. ESPN talks about it every time. And it's basically the day that talks about a contract that Bobby Bonilla, a superstar baseball player in the 90s and early 2000s, signed with the New York Mets, that he basically chose not to take a lump sum of $5.9 million, but to defer those payments out. And Matt, you can get into the details in a second, but to defer those payments out, get a guaranteed set interest on that, and then have them pay him out over the next 25 years. So he's being paid today, hasn't hit a baseball, hasn't played an inning, hadn't played an out since 2001. So 20 years this year, he hasn't played an inning, but since 2001, he's had this money rolling up, or since 2001, he's had this money rolling up, and since 2011 through 2035, he'll be getting about $1.2 million every year on the year, which is an amazing thing.
Which is absolutely amazing. And if you're listening right now and you're like, who is Bobby Bonilla and what is Bobby Bonilla Day? Let's go a little bit back and just kind of go through the history of this. And just like you said a little bit ago, Nick, Bobby Bonilla, of course, was a Major League Baseball all-star player. He was an incredible talent, made a lot of money in the baseball world. But his agent did an incredibly smart thing with Bobby, and this was, I believe, back in 2000, the New York Mets agreed to buy out the remaining $5.9 million contract that Bobby Bonilla had. But however, instead of paying Bobby that $5.9 million up front, the Mets agreed to make annual payments of nearly $1.2 million for 25 years, starting July 1 of 2011. And they negotiated it out, and they made sure that they had all of their ducks in a row with the contract. So instead of paying the 5.9, he chose to take 1.2 million over a 25-year period. And if you do the math on that, if you just look at the 1.2 million over 25 years, that is close to $30 million in payments on a $5.9 million original contract agreement. That, last time I checked, is about 5 to 6 times more than what he would have got up front. So that is why today is Bobby Bonilla Day, and that's why we here at Income for Life like to talk about Bobby Bonilla Day, because the process and the fundamentals, if you would, of this contract is literally talking about deferred compounding interest, which is exactly what we talk about with our retirees and near retirees. How can you stay retired? How can you have a guaranteed paycheck for the rest of your life, et cetera, et cetera? Bobby Bonilla is doing it, and Bobby Bonilla has a Bobby Bonilla Day right now.
And Bobby Bonilla knows that every January 1st until 2035, he's going to have $1.2 million from the Mets deposited in his account. The structure of this is exactly what we talk about on most of our shows, Matt. In 2001, Bobby Bonilla agreed to basically put his $5.9 million into deferral for 10 years. not accept a payment, not accept a penny or a dime. It just sat there and deferred from 2001 to
grew
until 2011. And from 2011 till 2035, in his contract, that $5.9 million is going to pay him out $1.19 million and change annually, which, as you said, Matt, equals about $30 million in total payments. And you can look at that in a couple ways. One, the deferral and the delay of this allows that compounding of interest to go. Also, the structure of it is basically like we talk about, of guaranteeing that paycheck. Checkbooks, calendars, and clocks. Bobby Bonilla did it in his 30s, took it, and is going to have this thing through his 70s.
And he's 58 years old now.
He's 58 years old now, and he's got another 14 years on the contract.
It's an amazing scenario. It's an amazing
Correct.
feat. It's really incredible that his agent and advisors back then knew about this. You know, we always talk about, you know, the rule of compounding interest is key when it comes to things like this. So if you're listening right now and you're like, well, wow, that is really neat. How do you do that? How did that work? Well, that's one of the things that we talk about all the time here on the Income for Life show and on our Daily Dimes is if you are close to retirement, say you're 59, 60 years old, but you're not going to, say, retire until 67, 68.
Yep.
But if you want to take that 401k, if possible, or that brokerage account or that bank account or whatever, and move it into something that can have a guaranteed compounding interest similar to what Bobby Bonilla did, those plans, ideas, and strategies are out there for you too. You don't have to be a multimillionaire like Bobby Bonilla to be able to get this sort of mechanism for you. So a lot of times people will get a hold of us, Nick, 5 to 10 years before retirement and get one of these sort of scenarios in their retirement plan. Let it bank up, let it grow, let it do these compounding interest gains, and then convert it into the pension income stream for the rest of their life, exactly like Bobby did. So that's why today at Bobby Bonilla Day, we wanted to make sure that everybody understands that you don't need to be a multimillionaire to do this. You just have to be able to understand how it works, and that's what we provide here at Income for Life.
The structure of these plans can be utilized for everybody, and Bobby Bonilla kind of used philosophically something that we talk about. He didn't really care about his statement balance so much.
Absolutely.
Adding another $5.9 or $6 million to the big account. What he wanted to do, he was smart of him and his agent, to delay that gratification, defer it out, take payments that are guaranteed, and now he's hopefully sitting on his back porch casting lures into a thing and fishing or golfing all day, knowing that he's not having to work to manage that money to create $1.2 million of income off of his nest egg. That's guaranteed for him, and he can do whatever else he wants with the rest of that contract money that he's got. Unfortunately, athletes, and it's kind of known out there, athletes can go broke just as easy as us normal people.
Sometimes easier.
They have so much money for a short period of time, but they just get into spending. This was a way to defer those payments, add longevity into his contract, really thinking for the future, and that's what we want clients to think about as well. It's not about your statement balance. It's about your income and the plan that coincides with everything. Bobby Bonilla did it 20 years ago today and will be paid through 2035. In our planning process, we got to think of doing the same thing.
Exactly. Congratulations to Bobby Bonilla and everyone listening today. Let's celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day. Even within the New York Mets organization, they celebrate it. The fans celebrate it. People know about this agreement that Bobby did. So congratulations to Bobby Bonilla, and every July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day. Thank you very much for listening here to the Income for Life's Daily Dime, where we have a quick hit discussion about a topic or a conversation that's going on right now in the financial world in 10 minutes or less. And until next time, bye-bye for now.
This has been the Income for Life Daily Dime. Reactions to and analysis of the important financial news of the day in 10 minutes or less. For help with your financial and retirement plan, call 888-228-8814 or visit incomeforlife.org. The Daily Dime is brought to you by the podcasting pros at Third Wheel Media. Do you need a turnkey solution to launching and maintaining your own podcast? We have packages for business professionals that provide you with content, editing, posting, social media, and all the steps in between. We can make the podcasting process simple and effective. Book a free consultation at thirdwheelmedia.com and mention you heard about us on the Daily Dime for access to an exclusive discount on our services. That's thirdwheelmedia.com. Information provided on today's show is for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment, tax, or legal advice. Information is obtained from sources that are deemed to be reliable, but their accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed. Always consult with a qualified professional before taking any action.